Hello and welcome back to Keldeo 60 Plays. Today I am playing some more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and last time we hit Area 9 and cleared it out for standard play. However, technically this is a partially new playthrough thing. For today we're starting the first 10 of the 30 parts to get the last 3 available in-game Pokemon. Time to work all the way up from floor 1 to floor 10. This will, for the recording session, last time I actually attempted this, took about 5 hours. Note, most of that time comes from areas 7 through 10. To essentially speed things up though, I have some of my slightly lower level Pokemon in my party to start out with. For B, I have a Pokemon that is necessary to get a little more EXP early on. Looks at Dragonite. But how this journey is going to go is each area once again will be its own individual part. Just so that it's easier to deal with. I will be obviously naming these with each team level. And obviously you don't have to watch these if you don't need to, because it's going to be mostly just these battles. And especially the first half. I would say starting about area 5 and 6, you might see some difficulty and slightly longer, playtime. Just due to the higher levels. But most of it is going to be 7, 8, 9, and especially 10. As noted, though, I will be doing 3 teams. This run is currently with the Leaf Green team, because they are currently the highest, and having all this recorded for 5 weeks worth of parts will be helpful. But on to floor 3 we go. Yeah. Yeah. No. The last part in this game will just be is essentially just going to be a technically rematch, but especially since I had to redo one thing for the game's initial end part. But this will take a little while, to be completely honest. And there's the Hoot Hoot down. Shrimish aerial ace and wing attack. Oh, wait. Yeah, essentially a lot of these early areas are going to be very quick, very easy. Essentially, this is the equivalency of B-roll at this point. Genuinely, the issue with the lower areas is going to be the fact that because the ribbon reward is for never swapping out your Pokemon, meaning you're probably speccing your team for the last 4 areas, the first 4 areas are going to be the equivalency of watching paint dry. Yep. This guy had a Spinnerack and Halo. Well, obviously I could have gotten like some of my Pokemon to like 100 and brought in like a few low levels to try and work through, which is completely viable and fair, I think. But I'm also like, why? Why try and attempt something like that? I will say, for prepping for these types of parts, I will say, I wish I had the original, the newer EXP share versus the original. Jesus Christ, it takes so long. It really did just kind of shift where the grinding aspect of Pokemon was in later games. Looks at my CA playthrough. All the grinding for the most, or farming for the most part, is, yes, there's still EXP farming, but for the most part, you can just fight as you go. Oh, I should have used Earthquake. That's my fault. Should have Earthquake. To get rid of Surskit on top of Nincada. So, I'll be honest, I don't remember if Nincada also had the flying typing or not. Uh, Gideon Baltoy. But, as I was saying, no, especially with the DLC, all my farming has essentially become berry farming. They just replaced where the farming is, not, oh. You know, it's like, oh, it's too easy. Yeah, because they put everything else, they decided to put farming elsewhere. But when you need to get a full group of Pokemon all prepped for something, it's annoying. Especially if your game if the game has, you know, 5 to 10 minutes worth of battle animations and cutscene. No. This is Area 1. And we are currently, for this recording, running about 12 minutes. These are Pokemon that might as well be level 1 compared to the rest of my team. Compared to my own team. And we're still about to hit the 15-minute cap that I typically do for park. For a minimum cap time. Please don't have a flying type as your secondary Pokemon. Or your third Pokemon. Granted, some of the other battles went a little quicker because not quicker, slower because I failed to use the Earthquake. Bravo! You've now cleared Area 1. Congrats. Here are Poke Coupons. And with that is going to be it for this part and it for Area 1 in the quest for the last 3 Pokemon in this game. Which are I'll give away the identities in the next part because I apparently forgot. But I guess the last thing we can do, which is partially an extension of the standard games, I do want to show this off. So, what I'm showing off is how much of the Pokedex, in terms of evolution lines and whatnot, you are given in this game. Mostly in Pokedex order. Note there are still Pokemon missing. Poliwrath should be there. Crobat should be somewhere over here. Hitmonlee should be here. Chansey should be there. There's another one in this line that's also in Leaf Green currently. Same with this game's Lapras. Articuno's in the party box set. I think one of the Johto Pokemon has also been used in a trade as well. These were obviously brought in. They don't count. Everything here is here except I think Breloom? Oh no, Meditite is in Leaf Green at the moment. One of the Pokemon in this box is also currently in there, but Walreign's in party. So yeah, here's that. Just wanted to kind of show that off. Like, yes, here's all the Pokemon that technically are in the game. It's actually a more condensed list. You actually get 2 complete rows worth of Pokemon for Kanto. The only one that's the one that's missing Hitmonlee is one, and the other one is in the first box. If you're going by Pokedex, by just evolutions. Anyways, that is it for this part. Next time we meet, it's time for Area 2 and the quest for the last 3 Pokemon in XD Gale of Darkness. So, without further ado, that is it for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!